Hello students, now we are discussing some questions about metals and non-metals. The first problem is that an element X on reacting with oxygen forms an oxide X2O. This oxide dissolve in water and turns blue litmus into red. Now state whether the element metal or non-metal. Now according to this problem, element X. So this element X, when this react with oxygen, it gives a compound X2O. Now when this compound dissolve in water, this is X2O dissolve in water, then it gives a compound, and the compound that will here reach, it turns blue litmus into red. Now identify whether the element is metals or non-metals. According to this problem, the oxide X2O can react with water. Now it gives a compound that may be possible by, now the compound having the Y structure is this type XOH. Now the problem saying that this compound turns blue litmus to red. So definitely the compound that give H plus means here is the bond breaking this type. So if we are assuming this, that this compound having acidic character, now at that condition this compound converted blue litmus into red. Now as we all know that when we are placing metals or metallic element in place of X, like for example we are taking the example of sodium, that is the metal. Now this sodium oxide react with water, this gives a compound sodium hydroxide. Now the sodium hydroxide is basic. Now since we know that metal oxide are basic, if we are placing non-metal in place of X, like we are placing Cl. Now the Cl2 react with oxygen, it gives a Cl2, that is non-metal oxide. Now when that is react with water, it gives a ClOH, hypochlorous acid. So this turns blue litmus into red. So we can say that when we are placing non-metal in place of X, then that will be turns blue litmus into red. On the next problem, a given non-metal when react with nitric acid, that is HNO3, gives sulfuric acid. Now identify of that non-metal. Now according to the problem, the non-metal gives a sulfuric acid. Now the formula of the sulfuric acid is H2SO4. So here we are having a non-metallic sulfur. Now when this sulfur react with HNO3, that HNO3 is a very strong oxidizing agent, 6HNO3. Concentrate. Now the sulfur react with HNO3, then it gives H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, it is also called king of chemicals, plus 6NO2, nitrogen dioxide plus 2H2. So this nitrogen oxide having brown fumes, and this H2SO4 is also called king of chemicals. So that non-metal is sulfur. Now in the next problem, what happens when NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide, is added to an aqueous solution of copper sulfate of aluminum chloride, AlCl3. Now when we are taking the aqueous AlCl3, that means AlCl3 dissolve in water. That is the solution of AlCl3. Now when we are added NH4OH to this solution, dropage, Now here is the chemical reaction occur, and the reaction will be ALH whole thrice plus 3HCl. Now this OLH3 forming a PPT, so that gives a gelatinous white PPT. The color of this PPT, that is ALOH whole thrice, it becomes white gelatinous PPT. Gelatinous means it's a light weight and looks like a gelatin. And the next problem, in what respect does graphite resemble a metal? Now, if we all know that what are the characteristic properties of metals? Now, metals have some characteristic property like metals are the conductor of electricity. Why? Since they are having free electrons. Now, the next most important property of the metals are they are lustrous. The same region with the lustrous, they are having free electrons. Now, if we are discussing about this graphite, like a metal, is graphite having free electrons. So due to the presence of these free electrons in the structure of graphite, it's having electrical conductivity and it's also lustrous. So when we are comparing these two properties like electrical conductivity and luster, we can say that graphite having some metallic character in two ways, like it's a metallic conductor or it's an electric conductor like a metals, and also having luster like a metal.